You are now listening to Mike's Opinion, Logic Unleashed.
That's right. You are now listening to the Mike's Opinion podcast. I am Mike, and today I'm joined by a very special guest. You've heard her before. She is the one and only Nina Christina. Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello. I'm glad you're here with me today. Today is a wonderful day. We're still in the pandemic. It is the first week of December, midweek. And it's still popping. It's still popping. Coronavirus is still going. As a matter of fact, the highest numbers ever since coronavirus started, COVID-19. I hope you're okay out there. If you went to Thanksgiving, because today we're recording this a week after Thanksgiving. If you went, you got another week before you start showing them symptoms. I'm just saying, we canceled Thanksgiving over here, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did. For those that don't know, the lovely Nina Christina is my wife, and she's been on a couple episodes. She wanted to be in on this episode. She had notes, y'all. She had notes.
A page of notes.
A page of notes from when
From 6 months ago.
6 months ago. Yeah. So, the episode that this is part 2 of is gay. And I highly recommend that you go and listen to that first. So pause this, listen to that first, because you'll have a little bit better context. I had to listen to a little bit. I probably should listen to the whole episode because it's over 6 months ago. But, I'm me. I have a strong opinion. That's why I named my show Mike's Opinion. And I cover a wide range of topics. But when it comes to gay, I know, a lot of people think differently. I'll just put it like that. And
yes, we do.
Yes, we do, because my wife is half gay.
I would not call it that, but fine. Whatever you want to say.
Well, you're married.
I am married.
With children. But
yes.
When I met you, you just broke up with your living girlfriend. And I say half because I was joking because you can't be half gay because, you go both ways. I just put it like that. And you're proud of that.
I am.
You own that.
Yes.
So, I'll just, start from there. I usually like to give people an update about stuff that's going on, but this isn't about that. I usually do update episodes. So let's just dive right in. I'm not a fan of gay people. I'm not homophobic, and I respect your right to be that. That's me in a nutshell. But I'm going to pass it to the lovely Nina Christina because she got notes. So
I have notes, yes. You say that, but you have come in contact and been friends with homosexuals. So you can't say that you're not a fan. You just have your opinions, and that's fine. When you are talking about me personally, you always mention that I was a lesbo before I met you. I was not a lesbo. And when straight people use the word lesbo, doesn't sound very nice.
I understand.
It doesn't sound very nice. So, I'm bisexual, and you know that.
You're trisexual.
I am not trisexual. I am not trisexual. That, I believe the term for that is pan, and that is not what I am. I am bisexual. And that means that I don't have a preference for male or female. I don't love one more than the other. That's what it means to me. That's my experience. That's how I feel.
That's not true, though.
I can't speak for anyone else. There's many, many, many different, what's the word? There are many types. There's a rainbow. That's why we fly a rainbow flag, because there's a rainbow of different types of people in the LGBTQ plus
You like
community.
women more than men. You just don't admit it.
don't.
You just don't admit it.
If that was the case, I would be slurping one every day. So that's not the case.
Graphic.
That I'm just.
I liked it though.
I'm just trying to explain myself. But, and no, I had not just broken up with my girlfriend when we met. Also wrong.
Well, when I first met you, she was there at the party.
She was there. My ex and I are friends, and we would go out clubbing together all the time.
She's kind of fun, though. I would hit that. I think I had the opportunity. I didn't, though.
She is very attractive, yes.
She's just tall, nice booty. But she,
yeah,
she model type. You like them model type chicks?
I do. I like all the flowers.
Mm.
So, what? All the flowers are beautiful to me. But anyway, that was my first bullet point.
First bullet point. What was that exactly?
That I am not a lesbian.
Clarification.
I am bisexual.
Clarification.
And I had not just broken up with my girlfriend when we met.
She was at the party. I think y'all was still diddling. But, to me, when I say lesbo, you was in lesbo mode. You was with a girl. You was still in that mind frame of being with a girl, and I think maybe you had seen one of your male exes in between that time. I don't know.
That is not true.
I have called you Emmanuel and you disagree, but you love bees and you like to pollinate the flowers. You know what I'm saying? That's why we get along, and that's why we're together, because you're very free and open-minded. And if y'all see us at a conference, shoot your shot. Go ahead, because she's going to let you know whether she's interested or not, But, yeah, we both are free and open-minded when it comes to sex. If I was attracted to guys, I probably would be bisexual too. And I have seen some guys that were trannies, and what comes to mind is the Elmo dude when he got busted.
That is also a bullet point.
All of his people, they look like girls to me.
That is the goal for some, if they are trans, they want to look like women. So,
yeah.
And I myself have been fooled. So it's a lot going on right now.
Teddy Pendergrass got fooled, crashed into a tree.
He might not have been fooled. He might have known exactly.
She had to change. She had the medical change. She was a full female, but she had been a male, but she had a sex change.
Yeah, the surgeries are very complex now. So.
Well, I grew up in New York City, and I've seen some of them that will fool you back then in the 70s, 80s. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't never been fooled. I ain't never been making out and reached down there and felt something, and I thank the good Lord that has never happened. Because I don't know how I would react. If you didn't tell me, I feel like that's being, deceptive.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. And I have known I have known a trans woman that was that way before, and that's not really, that's not a good thing. But, everybody has their journey, and, she may not have been ready to tell her about herself yet. She may not have been ready to accept the truth about herself and tell people that yet.
You said telf.
I'm sorry.
No. That was funny though. But on that note right there, and in my gay episode, like I said, I recommend everybody go listen to that one first, because this is the second part. It's gonna be gay part 2. But there's for me, there are many causes of homosexuality, and when I say homosexuality, I'm talking about men and women. You know what I'm saying? That, lesbian or gay men, trannies, all that. One of them, for some, is mental illness. Because I'm a naturalist, and I believe that whether you believe God, Buddha, Jesus, Yahweh, or Muhammad, whoever you believe, Allah, created this earth, there's a balance to it. A flower can't be a tree. A flower is meant to be a flower. And if you were born with a vagina, you were meant to be a female. And we are designed to get together to procreate, to have offspring. So I'm not a profound believer in the Bible per se, but, if you are, and I believe the Quran says the same thing, the I Ching, homosexuality is frowned upon in all the holy scriptures.
So that is not a bullet point, but I do have an opinion on that. And, I guess we haven't talked that much about this subject before, just personally.
Hold on. We haven't?
Not in depth.
I would not have said that. I would have said we have.
Not in depth, no.
I think I'm
because I think we are starting to, when it comes to religions, I think we are starting to not think the same way.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, y'all married after 10 years. I'm learning some shit live on the air right here.
I'm growing. So.
Oh, I'm stagnant.
No. That's not what I meant. I meant
hold on. Let's deviate for a minute.
I meant that my thought process has changed about certain
Well,
things.
hold on, because, and I know this isn't a religious episode, but we'll touch on it briefly and then maybe we'll do a whole episode on it. But just deviate. Where have you changed? Because this is news to me.
Well, you just mentioned that, in the religions that homosexuality is frowned upon. And, in my thought process, religions were created to control populations. And the term homosexuality was created by a Caucasian. So, in my opinion,
I don't know that's true.
That is true. Look it up. In my opinion,
I don't believe everything I read on the internet.
Well, wherever you find it and look it up and read it,
these are ancient
you can choose to believe it or not.
These are ancient scriptures.
And who wrote them?
Apparently a man, but some of them
Somebody
say it's translation of the word of God, if you believe it. I just want to find out, because you said, you couldn't see it because we're not videotaping our episodes yet, but she made a fork in the road. She said that we go in a separate direction.
As far as our thought process on religion.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
yes.
And I'm
because
like,
I no longer believe in, the Bible. I have never read the Quran or the Torah.
So we're on the same page so far.
Okay. I have never read either of those. I have read the Bible, but I no longer believe that is, set in stone. In my opinion, that was written by some white man that wanted to control people. And, as far as the other religions, I would say that probably is the same aim.
Well, all of these people were black or Hebrew or some form of Middle Eastern, because this is all in the Middle East where all of these books originate, unless you're talking about the Orient and Asia, to my knowledge. Now, neither one of us are historians, so we're just going to what we know. But I'm with you on that. I don't know.
I don't know either, but this is just this is where my logic brings me.
Yeah.
And if someone wrote these religions to control people, then they also wrote that part in about homosexuals. Okay. And for me, the universe, the creator, whoever put us here, created each and everything. Animals, humans, and there are animals that are homosexual. So for me, you can't tell me that homosexuality is not naturally occurring. Now, you mentioned about it being mental illness. I don't feel like being homosexual is a mental illness. I feel like there are homosexuals who have some mental illness, but everybody does.
For some, I think that is the root cause of their homosexuality.
Right. I made a bullet
point. But hold on, before we move on, just back into the main subject, okay. For me, we're still on the same page. From a religious aspect. And because this just came out, I just wanted to get some clarification. Okay. I don't see that we're going to different directions. I think we're still on the same. I would like to know why you felt that we're going different.
Because sometimes every now and then we'll be talking about something and you'll like to quote scripture or say something. And I'm just like, no, what does that means nothing. That means nothing to me.
Okay. Now I quote a lot of songs and movies and scripture.
The Bible says.
And scripture.
And Adam and Eve and yada yada.
Because I don't know. Maybe it is the word of God. But I don't devote myself to it, steadfastly. Like some people, you can't question.
Right.
There's no question.
Exactly.
To question it is blasphemous and insulting.
And that is the exact, that was the exact reason why whoever wrote it for people like that. Because, there's so many people that are easily manipulated. They're easy to control. So why not write this whole book, make everybody read it, and then they'll do what we want them to do.
Right. And that was the premise of the Book of Eli with Denzel Washington.
Right.
And that's why the villain wanted that book.
Yes.
Because that gave you control over the people.
Yes.
All right. So back to the Hellmouths.
Okay. Okay. So, Let me see. My next section was talking about open marriage. And my first bullet point. You made mention of women being conditioned to possess men.
Yes.
So in my thought process, men are also conditioned. They're conditioned to want women to be infallible and untouched.
I don't think so.
And it's double standard. It is.
Let me tell you.
Maybe not for you, but for most men, they, can go hoe around and, it's a good thing because he's a player. He's been with so many girls, yada, yada, yada. And then he wants to marry a virgin. And she can't have been with nobody else. If she's been with more than 2 people, then, oh my God, it's blasphemy.
Well, that's something. I've had virgins. I don't want no virgin.
You don't, because you're a freak.
But just but really, I want you to finish your point because I want to touch on that. Mm-hmm. Where you finished because you said interrupt a lot.
I had another
on that same note. No.
That's where I was going. That it's just,
but on that note, I disagree, and let me tell you why. And it may be natural for both, but society just reinforced what's instinctual and natural in men. Men are natural hunters and conquerors.
Yeah.
And we want pussy. I'm just going to put it out there. Pussy is a powerful thing for us and it feels good. And because it's not given freely and willingly, we have to continually, hunt for it. So I think it's a natural instinct. I don't think we were conditioned. To have many women and to be playboys. I think society reinforces that. It's a stigma. I listen to a lot of podcasts, and one of the podcasts I listen to is Brilliant Idiots with Charlemagne, that dude from the Breakfast Club. And he's been 4 years faithful to his wife, right?
Right.
And he's trying to beat this sentiment, black men don't cheat, which, he's trying to change the narrative on that and make men more faithful. Growing up, just even as a teenager, even if I had a girlfriend and I saw another chick walking by, I physically wanted her. For men, it's a physical situation. We don't want to fall in love. We don't even have to have a conversation. We want to stick it in, bust that nut and be gone. We want to experience you physically. And so many women take that as an insult. It's changing. A lot of these young girls are out here. I don't know if you heard the song on the radio. She say, get the cash, eat the coochie, and I'm going to leave. She says, just leave. It's a song. She says, get that head, get that bread, then leave. And I was like,
oh, is that Megan?
I don't know if that's Megan Thee Stallion or not, but a lot of these young chicks about that paper and they don't give a fuck about the sex. They will fuck you, suck you, whatever, as long as they getting paid. And, it wasn't always that way back in the day. But just to stay on your point, I would disagree with that point that men are conditioned for that. It's reinforced, but I think the natural instinct for men to want to have sex with more than one woman is a natural instinct from birth.
Okay. I don't disagree with that because in the animal kingdom it's the same. And with some species. I
think women would be the same and it would be a happier planet if women put out, if you guys weren't taught the Cinderella and Snow White and you get, I would imagine you had that talk, just like men had to talk with their sons, it's a flower. You can't give it away freely.
No, I never had to talk.
Well, society reinforces that because if you're like a dude and you have multiple sex partners, then guess what? What do they call y'all?
A hoe.
A hoe or a slut. Yeah. And it's a negative connotation, regardless of the word.
Yeah.
It's a negative connotation, but with the latest couple of generations, it's been loosening quite a bit though.
I feel like, I've been more, in my thought process, I've been more naturalist. So now I keep referring back to animals and things in the universe to compare ourselves to. And I feel like there's both. There's penguins who mate for life. Eagles mate for life. Wolves, I think, mate for life. And lobsters. They find one partner and they stick with them. And then there are other species that like lions and tigers that just keep going and making babies all over the place. So I think, we are a mirror of everything in the universe.
I agree with you because, I look to nature for reference and example a lot. Mm-hmm. And it is true. And the animal kingdom is very diverse in that sense. And like you said, they're a reflection of us, and there are monogamous ones.
And homosexual.
And incestuous.
Whoa, that's not a good example.
Oh, well, let's just be clear. There's plenty of that.
It is a reality.
There's plenty of that out there.
But there is that, yes. So, again, this is why, this was a bullet point, actually. Mm-hmm. Why do you feel the way that you feel when clearly it is natural? It happens with animals. It happens with us. There are homosexual animals. There are incestual animals. And there are monogamous. There are hetero animals. So why do you feel like it's so unnatural, like it shouldn't be?
I guess, that's a very good question.
This is why I wanted to do this. If I think about it, are you trying to make me buy? I'm not trying to make you buy, but I love you. Okay. I'm trying to open your mind up and make you realize that you don't have to feel that way. I'm not trying to make you buy.
Well, let me tell you. Let me answer your question. I feel like that because growing up in New York City, and it's been my experience anywhere, and I guess this goes to your other point, the variation is applicable everywhere. There are aggressive gay people.
There are.
Right? And I have been pursued aggressively.
Okay.
And whenever there's been a man, and I've been pursued by men aggressively and passively, like to try to be smooth.
Right.
Like, I remember when I was in the military, this dude, I'm thinking he's straight. I wasn't thinking nothing about it because all the honeys loved him. Dude named Larry. He about 6'3", chocolate, had his hair. I mean, gay people always keep their clothes, everything tight.
Yeah.
So he's like, yo, let's hang out. Let's just smoke or whatever. I'm like, all right. So I get over dude's crib. I don't think I ever told you this, but I get over dude's crib and then, we watching the game and then and I didn't really notice the first couple scoots, but he's scooting closer to me on the couch.
Oh.
And then he's like, what should we do next after the game? And the game's not even close to being over. And he puts his hand on my thigh. And I'm like, yo.
Oh my.
I don't know if I gave you the wrong signal or what. But I just remember that story. I had forgot about that actually.
Wow.
But the aggressive ones.
Aggressive. Well, that's not very
all
aggressive.
all of them, the way I naturally felt and reacted.
It
repulsed me. The thought of touching another man in an intimate way was whack. Now, keep in mind, I've been in the military. I've showered, taken a shower with like 30 dudes at the same time. Yeah. I've gone to the gym. I used to be a regular gym member. I've showered with dudes. The gay dudes is in there checking out the meat, right?
Right.
And I'm trying to shower and get the fuck up out of it.
Okay.
It's just, I guess I'm just all testosterone filled.
Yes.
And all hetero, which brings me, like I said, one cause is mental illness. Another cause is, I think, and a significant contributor is a chromosomal imbalance.
Yes, I agree with that.
That makes them gay. My chromosomes are right on balance with, I believe, what nature intended it to be.
Okay.
And I think for me, I love, like right now, we're sitting across from each other. I can't keep I'm looking at your feet, your toes, your thighs, cause you got on shorts. You ain't got no bra on, the cleavage, your face, your dimples, I'm in love with you and very attracted to you and always have been. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's really hard for me to comprehend physically being with a dude. Now, I have been very horny before. Mm-hmm. I'm horny a lot.
Yes, you are.
So, but I have never been that horny where I would consider getting a dude. Like when Craigslist was popping, I'm single in between girlfriends or didn't feel like calling somebody regular. I used to read all the Craigslist ads just for entertainment. Yeah. And I would see these local, like dudes would say, I'm orally bi.
No.
Motherfucker, no, you're not. If you're putting a dick in your mouth, you're gay.
No.
You're gay.
No, that's your opinion.
Hold on. Please explain this to me. Please explain this to me.
Well, this is the thing. You're straight. You are completely hetero. There's 0% of you that is homo. No homo at all.
No.
And that's fine. And that's why you feel the way you feel. But it doesn't mean that somebody else is not mostly straight and just a little bit bi.
There is no.
Babe, it doesn't. It's not. You can't tell somebody else what they are. Just like you can't tell a gay man that he's straight. You can't tell a bi girl that she's gay.
I can tell you by your actions, if you are a male and you put a dick in your mouth for sexual pleasure.
No.
Even if you don't want nothing to do with nobody's booty or somebody messing with your booty, the minute you put that dick in your mouth, you're gay.
Okay, let's split hairs a little. So these Craigslist ads, they're meant to be confidential. It's kind of. Mm-hmm. So yeah, on this particular subject, I will agree with you that somebody that places a Craigslist ad that says I'm morally bi, whatever, may just be gay because they're still in the closet. There are those cases, I know a few of them myself, that will never ever come out of the closet. They're married with children. They are gay. 100%.
And those are the
They're
worst.
sleeping with their wife.
You need to be stomped.
Now, I say that and that puts a question mark in my mind because you can get hard to have sex with your wife. So you're not completely gay.
No, you're bisexual.
But you just don't want you just don't want your family and your community to know that you have sex also with men. So on that point, I can't agree that the man that posts in Craigslist that says he's orally bi, I can't agree that he's gay.
He's gay.
I know people like that.
He's a homo.
No, babe. They're
End
not.
Story. Well, this is just my opinion. This is how I feel about it. If that's just me. You know what I'm saying? Now, check this out. Mm-hmm. I had, this dude, well, I didn't know it was a dude. It was in the Women for Men section, right? Mm-hmm. And, it's like, I love to give head. I'm like, boom, just the one. Yes, I'm going to hook up with this one tonight, get some dome. And this is on Craigslist. So, I shot the email. They shot back real quick. And I'm like, boom. So we moved it to Kick. And then I get this video of a dude sucking another dude's dick. It was him. And he was like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to be deceptive. And dude was rocking the mic. I'm not even going to front. I didn't look at the whole video, but I looked probably at the first 10 seconds because I was looking because he had one of those full mask on. Mm-hmm. With only like the mouth out and the eyes out, like a nylon, a black nylon mask. And I was like, I don't give a fuck how good you can suck a dick. I'm not doing it. He was like, come on, just be open-minded. So I could put on, he was like, you can come over my place. I'll put on some straight porn. You can watch that while I suck your dick. I was like, no, no, nigga, no. And I was like, and I said this in gay a lot, and I probably should have said it more by this point. I respect anyone's right to be what they want to be, with the exception of a rapist and a child molester. Mm-hmm. But if you want to be a homosexual or gay or a tranny or gender queer, there's so many labels now. It's ridiculous.
Yes, there are a lot.
But be who you want to be. I would like for you to be able to live in your truth. I know it's still troublesome out there to do that, even though we got pride marches and days and, all of this. But, I am not anti-gay. I am not anti-lesbian. And there are lesbians that hate anything with a dick, like hate. And maybe because of some trauma that they've experienced.
Bullet point.
Or okay, all right. So, all right.
We weren't done with the open marriage bullet point.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But no. So the second bullet point.
Hold on, but the open marriage. Did you say all you wanted to say about that?
No, I had 2 more bullet points there.
Oh, okay.
So you mentioned. I can't remember what you said, but I wrote down that the qualities of the other person shouldn't matter for you or for me. And that I think you mentioned something about being jealous. You might not have said jealous, but anyway, I said that I also worry and I get jealous just like you do. And I'm always thinking about you being with a better looking woman with a tighter body and a smaller waist and the clearer skin and the longer legs and all the things that I don't have. I worry about that.
With clearer skin than you, just
You are very biased.
Babe, look in the mirror. You're half Asian. You are black and Asian, and you have your skin is flawless. And I'm not the only one who tells you. This is why I know I'm not crazy or biased.
You are.
It's just a fact. There are reasons why you feel that way, which I'm not going to go into right now, but you have flawless skin. Okay. Flawless.
And then I also mentioned that, boyfriends and girlfriends, like relationships is not an option for me because I don't consider us to be poly. We are not polyamorous. I had to make that clarification. That was the last bullet point because I guess you mentioned something.
Well, I'm just saying, but what's the difference between an open marriage and polyamorous?
Polyamorous means that you have one or two or however many relationships outside of our relationships. You don't just have the jump off. For me, what we're doing is novelty. You have a jump off or two or three that you might partake when you feel like it, but you come home to me, you love me. And that's how it is for me also. I love you and only you. If I choose to play, then I can do that and I come home and my heart belongs here with you.
Yeah, but I think you have to fulfill, unless you're getting a hooker, you have some basic fundamental communicative aspects to fulfill to get to that intimate point.
But not I love you, not good night, baby, not good morning,
There's never
a no. That's what I mean.
I think we do differ on this. I would not be opposed to you falling in love with someone else. I would not be opposed to that.
I know that you feel like that, but I don't.
Especially if it's a female. Now, if it's a male, I think, generally speaking, humans have enough capacity in their heart to love more than one woman simultaneously.
So you would like to be poly, is what you're saying?
No. I'm not looking for any of that, babe. Look.
Neither am I.
We both got several on the hook right now. Where do we go? We just said this the other day.
Yes. This is what I mean. I'm completely fulfilled with you. I love you. There's nothing that anybody else can do for me. However, having an open marriage makes it easier for me to broaden my experience with women. I don't have a lot of experience with women and I admire women. I'm not trying to go find a girlfriend or have a sister wife. That's all. That's just a clarification that
I mean, if the right girl came along, I think that could serve us in a good way. It could serve us both in a good way. I mean, but neither one of us are looking for that. I'm not searching for that. If it came along, we would entertain it. We would talk about it. And if we both agreed, fine. If we both didn't, then that would be dead. But I just don't, I don't ever want to be limited, and you haven't put those limitations. Now, we have rules, if we are with somebody, you know what I'm saying, as far as from the sexual aspect.
Right.
But, in 10 years, we really haven't explored it, me more than you, because to my knowledge, I don't know what you're waiting for. I have urged you.
I'm good.
I put ads out. What's really funny though is I put ads out for you. I didn't act like I was you. I just explained the situation. And I remember three of the girls that responded warned me to be careful that I would lose my wife. And at the time, I didn't think we were married then. But, we've been together for 10 years. We've been living together for 10 years. So might as well be married. But, they said, watch out because, a lot of these lesbian chicks, like a lot of gay guys like to break straight men for the first time. Yeah. A lot of gay women like to steal the woman away from their boyfriend, man, or husband. There's like, watch out, make sure you don't lose your wife. And like you said, you have fears and concerns. Those are some of my fears and concerns. If you taste that pussy and enjoy all the aspects that are women, because contrary to what it may sound like, women are much more than a physical object to me, even though I enjoy their physicality immensely. There are, women are better than men. In my opinion, y'all are so much more complex, so much more feeling. Y'all crazy as hell sometimes too, and the moon and your period and all this crazy stuff that y'all have going on. But, enjoying all that is a woman once you got intimate, especially if you started seeing one in particular regularly, I can't say I wouldn't be concerned. Just like I told my brother from another mother, I told him, once you do explore, like if you get a football player who's taller than me, bigger than me, has a bigger dick than me, I'm going to have to take that. But I'm just going to go in the bathroom and silently cry.
You keep saying that. You keep saying that. I am not looking for that.
Babe, because I'm going to be like Woody Harrelson in the Indecent Proposal. I'm going to keep asking you, was he better than me? Babe, was he better than me? And you're going to be like, yes, he was. And I'm going to be like, okay.
No, this is the thing. I'm not looking for another man. I have my man.
Babe, you don't even have to
look. But listen. All
right.
This is the thing, period. Men or women. I'm good. Nobody can do the things that you do.
You're sweet. I love
Nobody can do it.
I love it.
So, open marriage or not, what I'm looking for is a pillow princess. She doesn't get access to anything else.
You just want to play with some pussy. I know that.
So,
I know.
This is why I'm not in a hurry. This is why I don't really care that much. Like, I enjoy turning ahead, and I enjoy, being able to, or knowing that I can still attract.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as when it actually comes down to, hey, let's hook up.
I know, because you've passed up. You've passed up to get a chick right up the block.
I'm good.
And you was like, yo.
I'm good.
No, I think you good, but I also think you lazy. And I say that only because my wife is naturally beautiful, y'all that are listening. You gotta understand, she's half black, half Asian. She's 14 years younger, natural long hair, natural nails, curvy in all the right places. She's very athletic and well built, played ball in school. I am just lucky.
Bias.
And I'm going to stop the description there
Bias.
because I could describe a whole lot more of you, but I'm just going to say every part of her is mucho bella. I don't even know what I'm saying, but you know what I'm saying?
Back to the bullet point.
But hold on. But I'm saying that because I say you lazy because for you, and this goes back even to your younger days when you go to the club, you have to feel all of these things. Like you could literally right now, just as you're dressed, go meet somebody right now. You wouldn't have to touch your hair, you wouldn't put on a bra, you wouldn't have to do nothing. But for you, that would give you cardiac arrest. If you had to meet somebody like you are now. And I saw you lazy because you had this chick right up the block. But for you think you gotta prepare yourself and do all of these things to make yourself presentable when you already presentable. So that's the only reason. If you knew or if you accepted that you could go and just as you are, I think you would already have some pussy.
I don't think so. It's not just about that. It's just that I am.
Are you scared? You might fall.
I'm not scared. I'm good. I'm content. I'm happy. And it's also situational. I'm not in a hurry. If you're not convenient for me, and that might sound harsh, but it's true.
But babe, you've had the convenience. It's been 10
and okay, let's just talk about that because you keep bringing that up.
All right.
I was ready. I was dressed. She was not.
No, you wasn't dressed?
I was dressed. I was fully dressed and ready to go, ready to walk out the door. And she texted me and said that she had a migraine. That's what happened there. It was not me.
I don't recall it that way.
That's what happened with that. So, anyway.
Well, how did that, did you take offense to that and just never holler back at her?
I didn't take offense. I think she felt better later. And then after that, I was like, I'm not dressed that's anymore.
What I recall the option was still open and then you was like, nah, forget it.
I still talked to her after that, but I was just like, meh. So.
Because you could have still went that night. Because she said she felt better or something.
Late. It was already late. Yeah. I was, our son was young at that time. Like there was a window and then she missed it and I was like, eh. So,
Well, that was
that situation.
I appreciate you giving me kudos and props on my ability to satisfy you sexually. And I try to do so, it's on demand. Whatever we're doing, you say you need something, I'm right there if you need it. But, I guess probably I feel a little guilty because I have dabbled.
You should not, because I can if I want to.
And I keep telling you it's not balanced because you haven't done anything yet.
It's balanced because it's the way that I want it. It's not, when I feel like it, then I will.
Well, I can tell you, I see the writing on the wall because I got to be honest with you because you do satisfy me 100%. I don't know if I'm like an Eric Benet. I'm just addicted because he said he was addicted. Eric Benet cheated on Halle Berry.
Yeah.
Okay. And you find it in Halle Berry. So niggas would be like, if you got her in the bed, why you need anybody else? And I'm getting less and less interested. I just do it as a hobby. Like you said, as men get older. Well, no, it's an ego stroke. You want to know that you can attract. Like when I pulled that 18-year-old at the car wash, it was like, you were like, wow. And she was, she was green-eyed. She was fine as hell. And, that was a 2-day excursion. But I can still count on probably one hand how many I've had in 10 years. There hasn't been a lot. And because I have you, I haven't, I don't need it. I don't need it,
Right. Well, that's where I am.
The writing on the wall for me is, as soon as I'm going to be like, you know what? Let's officially kill the open relationship. I don't need it no more. You can be like, I'm about to hit high gear, nigga. Nope. I got dude over here and honey dip over here. I'm going to have both of them at the same time. And then you going to go get into that mode. No. And you know what? You deserve it. And if that happens, that's fine. Not. I'll be the babysitter at home. I'll cook you dinner.
It's not.
Whatever you need.
For me, I can easily just be like, we don't have an open marriage anymore.
Yeah.
That I would be completely fine.
But one of the reasons why I never want to do that officially and make it that, because that puts that monogamous, for me,
it puts cuffs on you.
It's not about putting cuffs on you. It's about not acknowledging the humanness in humans.
Right.
Because humans are going to disappoint you. That's one less thing that I ever have to be concerned about you lying to me, and you have to be concerned about me lying to you about. You know what I'm saying? So I will let my actions speak louder than that, but I always want especially for you to have that option open, because I'm getting older. There's a 13-year difference between our age. I'm older. So it's becoming less and less a priority for me. And you just hit the peak of your sexualness according to the generalities and age. So, I want that to stay open for you more than me, because, you still got some exploring to do as far as I'm concerned. But my actions say, I'm home every night. I'm here with you, and I love being here with you. I have a very special woman, and I acknowledge that, and I cherish that. And there is nothing, short of killing my mama or killing my kid or something like that, that would make me ever, leave you or not want to be with you, even though you get on my last nerve sometimes.
It is mutual.
I know it is. It's just humans. I recognize the humanness in humans, and, I always like having that openness, now the doggishness in me, before you, I was living with 2 chicks, and I had 2 chicks in my bed. I would still go out to the club and bring another chick home.
You're greedy. You're just greedy.
And, people was like, I remember this one girl, a little Jamaican girl from Miami. She hadn't been here in Dallas long. I met her at the club, and, I told her, I was like, yeah, I got a couple of honeys at home. I think the only reason she got with me, because she thought I was lying. She was like, no, you don't.
She wanted to see.
I was like, I could bring you home. She was like, no, you can't. No, you can't. And I brought her home, and I showed them they was both sleeping in the bed. I woke them up, turned on the light, pissed them off. And they was like, and I was like, yo, see? And I went and squeezed their titties. And then she was like, for real?
See?
Then I took her in the other bedroom and hit it. And we started dating. For a while. That's the one that put up that picture of me on the wall.
Oh, okay.
Like 1 week after we met over her bed.
You're just greedy.
No, I was. It's just, look, what's something you really love to eat? Like, you made sagung.
I was just about to say that. That's you greedy, because your slice of cake compared to my slice of cake is the exact comparison for you.
No, it's just greedy. If I like something, I like a lot of it.
I know.
This is why we are married now, because, you know, out of all the women that I could be with, I want to be with you, because I realize, you know, just how diamond and rough you are and how lucky I am. You know, still, like I said, I still wonder why you even with me. Not that I'm chopped liver, but I'm just saying you could have pulled NBA, NFL, you know, actor. You could have had any rich dude you wanted. You know what I'm saying?
You were meant for me. I love you. And this is why I wanted to...
I love you more.
...do this episode. That is... No, not true. Because I want you to be... I want to open your mind a little bit. Because, you know, I'm bisexual. I love people who are gay and in the LGBT plus community. And I could not let this episode not be sequeled. I need
you have to represent your people.
I need to represent my people, and I need to try to open my husband's mind, because I love them, they love me, and I want them to love you too.
See, that lets me know that the way you heard that episode, it came across negatively. No matter how many times I said,
"Oh yes,"
that I respect.
Let's get back to the bullet points because we're running out of time. Back to the bullet points. You would constantly say you respect their right to be who they are, but then you would also say, "But you do not deserve to have children."
Yes,
and
I agree.
You can't be like that.
I believe that wholeheartedly. Look,
okay, just wait a minute.
All right.
Let me ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather a 3-year-old little black boy be adopted by a hetero couple that's going to abuse him sexually, physically, mentally, emotionally until he is broken into nothing? Or would you rather him be adopted by a gay couple that's going to love him and raise him to be something and be successful? I don't understand.
First of all, that's an assault on hetero. You're automatically painting heteros as abusive people. And I think it comes down to each individual case.
Answer the question.
Well, of course not. I wouldn't want any 3-year-old or any child or any human for that matter to ever be subjected to abuse, even though we live in a harsh world. Now, if I knew that was the choice, of course not. I would rather him not be adopted until the right heterosexual couple came along. And I vehemently oppose gay couples having children. I think you sacrifice that right once you choose to lean in to your homosexuality, because you can't do it physically. And though it's a noble effort, you and I both know that there's nothing like there are ties and connections having your own offspring that you don't have with an adopted kid. This is why a lot of adopted kids are fucked up, because they never feel that true love, that natural biological love. There is a significance to that biological connection. And that is a huge disconnect for those that are adopted. Is it noble? Is it generous? Is it nice? Yes, because there are a lot of abandoned children out there for a myriad of reasons. However, I think it's just as abusive, if not more, that kid being in that homosexual environment, seeing two men kiss and be affectionate to each other, or two women kiss and being affectionate to each other. I think it's a farce. I think it's unnatural. I think it goes against everything nature intended, because this is the way I feel, because it's not right. It's not right. And I'm not trying to be closed-minded on this. I'm telling you, this is just how I feel.
So
you can be gay. Be gay. Just leave the kids out of it.
A child comes up in a home and sees their two fathers kiss, what do you think is going to happen?
How is that abuse? It's abusive because it's
But
unnatural.
You kiss Michael.
It's unnatural. I don't kiss him in the mouth intimately with my tongue.
Well, do you think that parents are going to do that in front of their kids?
That's kissing my son. Yes. They're going to show affection just like anybody else.
We don't.
No, they're going to be intimate and show that they're in a romantic relationship, even if it isn't a quote unquote French kiss. All I'm saying is it's not right. Now, I think if this does happen, they have a responsibility to tell that child and explain to them when the birds and the bees talk comes up that what they do is unnatural. What they do. And I'm not saying that,
they would not say that because where does that come from?
It's
from the Bible?
No, from nature. Because
what about the animals that are homosexual?
To an extreme. If we were all gay, we would go extinct.
And this is another bullet point. Okay.
All right.
The universe has its own way of population control, and I believe that is one of them. The universe has the power to turn off or turn on certain chromosomes. So whether that be that you're going to be born homosexual or you're going to be born with a debilitating disease and you might not live that long, to me, in my thought process, these are all forms of population control, and therefore it is a natural occurrence.
I gotta tell you, that is a very intelligent and poignant point.
Yeah.
I am sitting here. I'm very proud of you that you even brought that up. That's really, I am, because I can't say that I've given that particular aspect much thought. And it makes me laugh a little bit to think that God or the universe, whoever may or may not be in control, intelligent design, that homosexuality is a form of population control.
Yeah.
That is a very good point. And it very well may be possible. I just want people to miss me with that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I have heard a lot of times, well, those that, that speak out against gay are the most gay people. They closeted. They secretly want to suck a dick. No, that is not me. I'm not like that. I love females. I'm infatuated with females. I don't want to be a female, but I love females. Now, I'm not unrealistic either. I was raised by females.
Mm-hmm.
So that may be because I didn't have a consistent, strong male presence that may lend to the influence on maybe the way I think. I'm absolutely certain of it. But I never saw in my household anything gay ever. It was always outside. Now, growing up in New York, I'm exposed to
Well, you did.
More
you just
people.
Didn't realize it at the time. Like how you used to watch musicals all the time. Actors and actresses.
No, I'm saying I've never watched any family members be gay
yeah.
in front of me. But no, my mother was just into music.
Mm-hmm.
And I love musicals. I still love musicals. And I'm ashamed to admit I still have yet to see Hamilton because I'm like saving it. Like I'm waiting.
Yes.
I could turn it up loud and get into it because I sing the songs for weeks afterwards. They get stuck in your head like Rent. 4,062 minutes. And I got into that even though it was about a gay person. It was good, but hearing the way you perceive that episode. I feel the need to apologize to any gay people that have listened to it and may listen to it in the future. Hopefully they listen to part 2. I mean no ill will towards you.
But we're working on your thought process.
Once again, I respect your right to be a homosexual. Respect my right to be a heterosexual. You don't have to change my mind or free my mind because I disagree. I have the right to disagree, and it's part of the problem with, these partisan politics and cancel culture and everything that's going on right now. We have forgotten how to disagree in civil fashion.
That is true. I'm guilty of that myself.
You know, well, babe, you are so sweet and heartfelt, and you get emotional,
Very much so.
You know, you know, when you have a friend or somebody you care about and, you know, something goes wrong, you really hurt about it.
Yes. And that's why this episode I had to.
So I've been sleeping with the enemy this whole time. You want to stab me in my sleep?
No, I love you.
I love you.
But, you know, I love my friends. And I keep thinking, you know, any one of my friends that listened to that particular episode would cancel me for marrying you. So I have to do my duty and try to get you to understand that some ways that you think on certain things are maybe not necessarily the best ways for you to think.
Hold on.
Not that I'm trying to change you and how you feel or make you change your opinion, just to make you think, like I did just now, that maybe it's not how you believe.
Hold on, but babe, look at my actions though. Okay.
No, I know.
Now we've had one of your gay friends in our house. We hosted him. I have no ill will towards him. I had gay friends growing up in New York, and and I don't have a lot of gay friends, but my most recent gay friend, and I can't say he became a friend because my car broke down and I needed to ride to work. I'm not going to say his name because he is a prominent radio personality here in Dallas. And I'm not going to put him out there like that. But, you know, he tried to work me. And I know that's why we were using each other. He gave me a ride for like 10 days straight to work until my car got fixed. And he was trying to get in my pants slowly and subtly. He was never really that aggressive or direct. But me and him became friends. Because we would laugh together. He was funny as hell, as you know. Yeah. A lot of gay people are very animated and funny. And he's flam with his, even though he didn't think anybody knew it at the time. I think it's out on the radio now. Everybody knows, and he's leaned into it, which is great. He can live in his truth. Right. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I thanked him tremendously, and I was grateful because it was like a 45-minute ride, you know, to and from work. And it was great. And he knew I had my eye on a couple of chicks there. But, you know, he would shoot his shot. And like, I think when the first couple of days, he had put his hand out. I was like, boy, if you don't get your hand off my leg, you know what I'm saying? But he was shy. He's like, well, whatever, you know, stuff like that, you know, but,
so would you say that he would still be your friend? Do you consider him a friend?
Let me be 100% clear. Someone's sexual preference does not determine if I will befriend them, if I will work with them, if I will ride with them, if I will do anything with them. Okay.
So you would consider him a friend?
Yes.
Okay.
If I ran into him right now, he'd be like, yo, what's up? I give him a hug. Okay. What's up?
So if he then, you know, if you caught up with him and y'all, you know, were talking and he told you that he decided to adopt a child, how would that conversation go?
I wouldn't have a lot to say because I know when to keep my mouth shut, which it doesn't seem like it, but I do, and I just would say, oh, okay, and I just, you know, I would try to change the subject or back away from that because of the way I feel about that. I wouldn't, you know, demean him or speak negatively about them or start some argument about him. You know, I wouldn't say much about it because I just think, like I said.
But you have already in the episode.
On the podcast. No, I know. And I still said it on this episode. I think if you choose to lead a gay, homosexual, queer, whatever life.
Okay, wait. Pause.
Yeah.
You keep saying if you choose to. And there's no choice.
Always a choice.
There's no choice. You're born homosexual or you suffered a severe trauma and now you are homosexual.
No, or some people just make the choice to change. You know, they feel like, you know, I want to try dick or try pussy, you know, whatever the case may be. No, some people change. Everybody's not born gay.
That's not how it works.
Everybody's not born gay. You can speak for your own personal experience, but everybody's not born that way. Some people, like you said, are because of trauma. Some people just lose interest or want to expand their horizons. There's a bunch of reasons why. There's not one reason why people become
so
gay.
Regardless of if they're born that way or if they choose to be that way. So are you only speaking to the ones that were straight and they chose to be gay? Are you not speaking to people who were born gay?
I'm speaking to anyone that's
okay, but
gay.
You keep saying choose. It's not a choice
it is
for the large percentage of the homosexuals. It's not a choice. I've always been attracted to women.
I've chosen not to kill some people that I wanted to kill.
So
okay, some people have made you mad. Some people, whatever. You have the choice. There's always a choice.
There's not a choice in that for some people. You're saying, okay, so you're saying that
you can suppress that. You don't have to lean into it.
So living a lie is what you're saying.
I'm saying you have a choice. You do not have to give into that.
To not be gay?
Yes, you have a choice for anything that you do in your life. You have a choice not to lean at it. You can suppress that sexuality in you if you choose. But that's not what I'm saying. I'm not asking anybody to suppress that, whether they were born or any of the reasons why you become homosexuality. All I'm saying is leave the kids out of it. Leave the children out of it. Give them a shot at normalcy. Give them a shot at being normal.
What if little Bobby is gay?
So little Bobby gay.
So
let
little
him
Bobby
be gay when he 18.
So little Bobby is gay, obviously, and very feminine, but he should not be adopted by a gay couple.
First of all, he may think he's gay. Kids don't know what the hell they are. Okay, Babe. 1 minute they want, and I said this in the other episode.
No. I'm not talking about kids that have peer pressure. I'm talking about little Bobby who is 5 years old, who is very feminine, acting, talking, who is obviously gay.
Chromosomal imbalance.
I'm talking about little Bobby who is gay.
He's suffering from a chromosomal imbalance.
Okay, we're going back to this other bullet point. So if he has a chromosomal imbalance at age 5, how should they fix that?
First of all, it doesn't need to be fixed.
Okay,
but hold on. It doesn't need to be fixed. It also doesn't need to be catered to. Once again, I think there's no fighting this. I think we're going into an amorphous, and I don't know if that's what it's called. Like frogs can asexual. Thank you.
I don't agree with that.
We're going that way. There's a merging of cultures, of races, of sexes. We're headed that way, and this is why the aliens that visit always come here and they say they have no sex. They have no sexual organs. I think that is our future as a species. Humans, we're going to meld into one thing. There's going to be no male, no female, no black, no white. This may take eons. This may take millennia upon millennia to happen, but that's the evolutionary path I think we're on.
Well, if it's evolution, that's not such a bad thing. Then why do you fight it?
First of all, I'm not fighting nothing.
If we are, if the Greys came here and took a chimpanzee and spliced their DNA with a chimp, and that's where we came from, then we are destined to be that anyway.
Yes.
So what? So then why are you in the party that wants to deny that?
I guess I'm just a fucking Neanderthal. I guess, maybe that's why I got hair on my knuckles. I'm still, I'm fucked up. Maybe maybe that's just how I am. I just think analogy I always like to use is a flower cannot be a tree. Okay.
But there are flowers on trees.
Be the flower. Yeah, some trees do flower.
Some trees do flower.
It's still a fucking tree.
Just like some men like to wear makeup.
I was never a kid that wanted to try on my mom's shoes or play in her makeup or none of that. You know what I'm saying? And because if our son is gay, I am going to love him to death. Mm-hmm. I am also going to, he can do whatever the fuck he wants to with his life because it's his life. But I will tell him how I feel about having offspring. I think you sacrifice that right because you cannot do it biologically. You sacrifice that right regardless if you can provide a great home and a great loving environment or not. And there are some gay people that live normal lives normal loving lives, the only thing is that they both have the same genitalia. And I get that and I understand that. And not all gay people are mentally ill. I'm not saying that either. Okay. Not that they don't suffer from some irregularity, in my opinion, other than the sexual attraction to the same sex, which I feel is unnatural. However, once again,
you keep contradicting yourself.
I'm not.
You are.
How?
It's not unnatural.
I think.
You don't think? We talked about this already.
Unnatural.
It happens in the animal kingdom.
It happens in the animal kingdom. It might be population control and all of that. I get it. However.
Okay. Also in the animal kingdom, there are other species that mother other cubs, kittens, puppies.
The dads don't. The moms do. There's also species where the male and female mate, and then the female kills the male.
That's true, and that also happens
in real life. Don't say it with such a big smile. don't say it with such a smile. Yes, in real life. It does. I don't know of any species that the male kills the female after mating. Yeah. So yeah. 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 So
I'm just trying to get you to see, babe, that you sometimes contradict yourself in your own thought process.
I still don't see any contradiction.
You keep saying it's unnatural, but it's not unnatural.
It is.
No, it's not.
From a purely sexual reproductive standpoint,
if it was unnatural,
it's unnatural,
there would be no animals that were homosexual. They would all be straight because that would be how the universe wanted it to be.
Let me ask you a question. Why do you think the animals do it?
Because that's how they're born.
It's just for the pure lust of it. I think their sex, they will fuck anything that's
regardless,
nearby.
Lust or not.
Just like why do dogs hump your leg? Your
that
leg
is hormonal.
Ain't another dog.
It's hormonal.
It's that's what I'm saying. That's when the
natural.
Lust
that's
takes
what I'm
over.
saying. I'm saying that it is natural.
You know, if I was gay, I probably, especially in the past, I probably would have got laid even more. Even though I had no trouble getting laid, I got a lot laid. I laid a lot. So I don't know if I could have got laid more than I did, but. You know, I mean, I had this guy tell me that, you know, you get your dick sucked a lot more if you let me suck on it. I was like, no, nigga, no. You know what I'm saying? But, I just think that nature, if you zoom out a little bit and you look at our planetary system, not even the galaxy, you know, our star system is inside the Milky Way. It's just one star system amongst millions or billions of different planetary systems. Well, we got 6, 7, 8 planets, right, in our star system, our star, then these other planets and our moon. There's a balance to it all. And if it goes out of balance, it's catastrophic. I think if balance. You zoom in closer to the planet Earth, it's the same thing. If we don't procreate, if we don't reproduce, we go extinct.
Okay,
so for me,
pause on that thought. We're talking about balance. You're talking about balance and talking about us procreating. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about how many children are out there that don't have parents.
Mm-hmm.
Balance.
Some sad shit.
How many couples out there that can't have children? How many are straight? How many are homosexual? And why does it matter if they're straight or homosexual? These are children that have no families, babies, and older kids. So why should they not be adopted by a straight or gay couple?
Straight couple,
it's
yes.
Balance.
Gay couple,
it's
no.
about balance.
Gay couple, no.
The
balance, that should be the balance. The couples that can't have
kids. That
kids.
is the balance. The gay couples can have children. There are plenty of children that need a family. That's part of the balance of the universe.
I agree. But you know, everything happens for a reason.
Yes, it does.
You know, I just have heard horror stories of people that adopted kids and ended up taking them back because they were hellspawn. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, that biological connection, I think, is paramount.
And if they don't always have that.
It's good, you know.
That's not always available.
Yeah, well, I need to find some successfully adopted people that were adopted and lived a good life, because every adopted person I know is fucked up. They got issues, because I can only imagine, and this is no, you know, hit on people that are adopted, but living with the fact that your parent gave you away, has to just once, especially depending on when you learn that. I don't think it matters when you learn that, but you know, it has to weigh on you.
Absolutely.
Like, just like when you get divorced, you know, kids think it's their fault. You know, probably the same thing. It's probably even deeper than that. Look, babe, I believe, and you can tell me if you disagree with these following statements, that I am a caring, compassionate, sensitive man.
No, you most definitely are.
Okay. I just don't want to, it's important. I'm always going to live and be me and live in my truth and defend myself. But I would like for people to know this about me, and that I am not trying to be the ogre here. I'm not trying to be the closed-minded, old-fashioned, you know, guy that's just bathed in hyper-masculinity that cannot accept homosexuality.
And that's the thing about you. You're so open-minded. But when it comes to your, like, machismo, you're just like,
I'm a
straight.
man.
I'm straight, and you should be too, kind of thing. It's like,
I wish y'all could see her mannerisms. My wife talks with her hands.
You know,
that was so funny.
I'm
a man,
so
babe.
Sweet, and you're so sensitive. But when it comes to that, it's just like, you know, just leaves a taste in your mouth, and I would just want it not to do that.
I wish God was.
You don't have to be with a man, but it doesn't affect you. It doesn't affect our family or our marriage or anything that we have going on for a gay couple to adopt a child or to have a child. It does nothing for us or against us.
No.
So there's no reason for you to feel that way.
I would love to save the world, baby. You know that about me, but I you know, I never have a shortage for words, but right now I'm having trouble really articulating what I want to say.
That's
I
good.
think
Maybe
about,
I'm getting through this goal.
No, because all y'all want to convert, just like, you know.
No, I don't want to convert
y'all always try to convert people to the other side. And I say y'all, I'm talking about gay people. But,
no.
But Anderson Cooper of CNN recently adopted a child. I saw a picture of him. It was supposed to be a loving, caring picture. What I saw was him looking like, what did I do? Like, I can't take it back now.
Anderson?
Because kids are a challenge.
No way.
With the biological connection. If you don't have that biological connection, and I can only imagine that he has help because he seems like he works a lot. He travels for work. So I'm assuming he has a nanny. I don't know. Haven't researched it. The main point I'm making is, out of all of the ills of our world, and there are many, it's a plethora, seemingly unending list of wrongs and tragedies and horrors of our planet. I just think that this is one, for me, it's a form of child abuse.
Oh, please don't say that. That is
and I
ludicrous.
know you don't understand.
It's
for
not.
me, not giving, for me, that's like letting a poor family in the projects adopt a child that's in a crime-ridden, drug-infested neighborhood adopt a child. You are not giving them the perfect opportunity to be normal.
Based on what?
To be normal. If they see man on man or woman on woman, and they start asking questions, how did I get here? And you have to have the talk with them. It's going to confuse the fuck out of the child.
It's
because
simple
only
science.
a man and a woman can have a child.
So what?
So I got two daddies. I got two mommies.
How did
I get here?
Because your mother and father had you, and then they gave you up for adoption, and now you belong with us. So are you talking about when a gay couple has a surrogate mother and they take their sperm and their egg? Are you talking about that?
No.
In vitro babies?
I don't like that either. And that is applicable to hetero, too. I don't think we should be bringing science into it either. I don't think fertility drugs.
That's another conversation.
But it is, because science is, we're playing God. Right now, you can choose your child's eye color, predisposition to diseases.
I don't particularly agree with
Oh,
that.
really? Really?
I don't.
You don't agree with the ability to manipulate the outcome of a child.
No.
While we're saying the same thing. That is not giving that child a fair shot when they're growing up with two dads or two moms. It's irregular.
Growing
up
with
unnatural.
Two dads or two moms is not going to hurt a child. It depends on who the moms and dads are.
I disagree. I think that is a significant aspect with them growing up seeing that does not contribute greatly.
You think that if a child grows up seeing a gay couple as their parents being affectionate, what, you think that's going to make them gay?
I was just getting ready to say, I was waiting until you finish. I would like to find the statistics to see kids that have been raised. We
don't even need statistics.
In a gay, hold on, let me finish. In a gay household, how many of them are gay, and if their parents influenced that decision. Okay. I would love to know the statistics on that.
Well, okay. So where do you think all the homosexuals came from? Did they come from gay couples or straight couples? I'm bi and I came from a straight couple.
Probably straight couples.
Right. So why didn't they come out straight if they
Once
saw...
Again, we get back to the reasons. Chromosomal abuse.
No. You can't say that because you just said that you think that if a child is adopted and they're adopted by a gay couple, they're going to be gay. So why? No,
I didn't say that. I said I'd like to see the statistics. I don't know the stats on that. I don't know. I just know it's not.
And what I'm saying is, why in the 40s and the 50s and the 60s and the 70s and the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s, why didn't all of those straight couples have straight kids?
Well, once again, and I want to be clear about this, in my opinion, fuck what they do in the animal kingdom. Regardless, in my opinion, homosexuality is an abnormality. It is unnatural.
I have failed.
No.
I have failed.
Well, babe, you know me long enough to know that if you were trying to change my mind and you gave some great arguments.
There was a little twinkling of light coming from. There was a little bit of a twinkle, and then now it's all dark again.
But hold on. And I say this only because in a natural setting, we are designed to reproduce.
Also true.
You are born with beauty and curves to attract the male.
This is true.
Males are born with the horniness to be attracted to you. And that is designed so we can procreate.
All true.
That anything outside of that is an irregularity and an abnormality. We have come to normalize it. But in fact, it is not normal. It is not natural. It's not. And that's just the bottom line.
And who's to say that? Who's to say that?
Nature, Earth, God,
nature,
whatever
Earth
created this.
And the universe right now, the planet Earth is overpopulated. Do you agree? Do you agree? The planet Earth is overpopulated.
Look, this was going on, and maybe the Bible's not true, but the story of Sodom and Gomorrah. God got tired of that shit. It was a lot of incest and homosexuality.
Okay.
And people weren't treating each other good. And you know what he did? He killed everybody. And he may be coming back because we are out of control again. And, porn is rampant, and I can't be a hypocrite on that because I've watched porn. But, there's all kinds of pornography out there, stuff that I know that exists that I haven't watched, but I know it's out there, But, on that note, what's wrong with bestiality? If we just all balls to the wall, we letting it all out.
The thing is,
what's wrong with bestiality?
A lot of people do that. It's not my cup of tea, but I'm not going to judge you.
So that's cool?
It's not my cup of tea.
But is that cool?
Not for me.
Hell no. The shit's not. You can say it. It's not cool. It's not right. It's unnatural.
But it happens every day.
It
happens every day.
So I'm just saying, I love everybody on earth. I love my enemies. I love the racist that wants to hang me from a tree. I love homosexual people. Baby, you become them. If you hate them, then you become them. I love everybody, regardless of their sexual preference, their racial preference, everybody. Now, I will defend myself and my family vehemently if you physically harm me, but you can call me all kind of names. You can call me anything you want. But the second a piece of spittle lands on me, that's assault, and I'm going to defend myself ferociously. But I have no qualms with you being homosexual, not you in particular, but with anyone being homosexual, LBGTQ, and all the other letters. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty much about to fill up the alphabet soon. It's going to be a definition for all 26 letters in the alphabet. All I'm saying is it would be really nice if we left the children out of it. And I know there's a lot of children out there that need homes, but leave the kids out of it. Lead a childless life. I think you should sacrifice that option.
I think that is a ridiculous thing to say.
I know. Well,
and I do not agree with that.
Agree to disagree.
I think that if you can provide a child with a loving home, then you should have a child. There are many children that need homes, that need love. I don't think children
deserve that environment because it's an abnormal environment. Children deserve a
loving environment.
It's based, it's you notice why they don't call it a human interaction preference. They don't call it a love preference. They call it a sexual preference. And that's because it's your lust.
Who calls it that?
Society.
Who wrote that?
Society.
Who wrote that?
I don't know.
Exactly. I don't know. Exactly. Live and let live.
Yes, and I'm with that.
Who you love, who they love, has no effect on us. I'm off for that. Has no effect on us.
I'm off for that. Leave the kids out of it.
Whether they have children or adopt children. You're fucking
with somebody else's life at that point.
What does that have to do with you?
No, you're not giving them a shot at normalcy. You are not giving that kid.
Who is to say what normalcy is?
Once again, the planet, balance, nature.
The planet doesn't give two fucks who you have sex with and who you're married. We have the example
of what's normal. We know what's normal.
No, we don't. Who? Where? Where's the example?
A man and a woman.
From where? From the Bible. Baby. You pull that from the Bible.
A man and no. I'm just looking at, since I was born, I got eyes. A man and a woman makes a baby.
A man and a woman makes a baby.
A man and a man can't make a baby.
Sometimes a man and a woman make a baby and they don't keep the baby. So
yeah, but I'm saying a man and a man cannot make a baby. Steve and Harvey
should have that baby if they want it.
Steve Harvey.
Or Billy. If Steve and Billy want to have that child, they can adopt that child if they're going to love that child.
No.
Because guess what?
And
Adam and Eve didn't stay together because whatever happened.
It wasn't Adam and Steve. That's right.
So, and this is what I meant by that bullet point before. I don't make Bible references because I don't believe in the Bible anymore.
Well, I would like to speak directly to any homosexual, lesbian, and particularly any of your friends. I need something to be clear. I love my bisexual wife and I respect her preference, and I love you too if you're gay. And you have the right.
Just leave it at that.
Hold on. No. You have the right to do whatever you want to do with your life, including adopting children. That's your option. I can't stop you from doing it. All I ask is that you respect my right to disagree. And we can stand on that disagreement in common ground and accept that we disagree without canceling each other, without being violent towards each other. I'm not going to be negative to you. If one of your gay friends shows up to our house with a set of twins, I'm not going to be negative. I'm going to embrace their twins. All I'm saying is, because I have this viewpoint, I should not be shunned or shut out because of it. Okay, I disagree with you on this point, you disagree with me. I'm not going to shut you out. Just like you said, that friend that I have that gave me a ride,
right.
if he showed up with kids,
Yes.
I wouldn't speak too much on it. But if he was with the kid, I would treat the kid like I say any other kid. I would still be his friend.
Okay.
I'm not going to shut him out.
Okay.
And this is...
so you wouldn't treat them any differently,
no,
but you just don't agree with their choices.
with it, but no, I wouldn't treat them any differently. No, I'm not going to look at them sideways. I'm not that type of person.
I can accept
and
that.
I think maybe that's where the confusion came in a bit. Maybe you thought that
that's how it sounds when you listen to the episode. Me being a part of that world, it was harsh for me.
I don't think y'all were listening to the parts where I kept reiterating.
Well, that's because
you have
every time you reiterated that, you said something harsh.
Well, maybe because I just expressed it so strongly how I feel,
Yes.
and I stand by that. And I don't know that I will change my mind on that because I am an advocate for children. I love children. I think they deserve a fair shot. I don't think that is a fair shot. But no, I wouldn't condemn or ostracize or shut anybody out because of it.
Well,
and I would keep my opinion to myself.
I draw parallels with that to people who are racist and who say that they have black friends. It sounds very much like those kind of people that, oh, well, no, I'm not racist. My accountant's black, or, my college roommate was black, type of thing. And they feel a certain way about black people and they are racist, but
if they may feel that way, but if they treat all people the same way, then so be it. And I don't think that's a parallel situation. I don't think that's something that can really be a true comparison, because it depends. If they, hate niggers, but they treat them all, good or fairly and with respect, then that might be similar. But that was
not a fair parallel. So
I just wanted to I just want to reiterate. I just want to be very clear. Though I hold that opinion and it is a strong opinion of mine, anybody that indulges in that, I'm not going to ridicule them or come across. If they ask my opinion, I will tell them.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I told you, if I saw my friend that I saw, that I just wouldn't say a whole lot about it. But I wouldn't treat him any differently or his child any differently.
Okay. I guess I felt it was my responsibility to do the sequel to Gay, because I think, personally, I feel like those are the kinds of friends that I want to have. I want friends that would say something about, I'm trying to draw a parallel and I can't. Just the way that I feel about racism. And I would expect from my non-black friends to speak up on it. When they hear something racist, I would expect for them to cast a vote for me because they know me and love me. Well, that's based on
we relate stuff to our personal experiences, right? And because, the experiences you've had with racism.
Right.
Excuse me, you feel that way. But let me ask you a question. Earlier you said that, you mentioned that your friends may cancel you because of the first gay episode. Do you think that's right? Because they would cancel you based on my opinion?
No. But that's the thing. This cancel culture that we're in right now, it's hard not to be in it. I'm finding it hard myself. I have unfriended many people.
I know I reference the Bible a lot. I'm going to do it right now. Love thine enemy.
I think it's love thy neighbor.
Love thy neighbor, love thy enemy.
So...
Yes, no, love thy enemy, because, I love everybody. Like I said, even if you hate me and want to hang me from a tree, you can call me nigga all day, every day. That's fine with me. As long as you don't put a hand on me, I'ma pray for you. I'm going to, send good vibes your way, good intentions, good thoughts to you, and hope you take that hate out of your heart. Because if the hate series, or, wasn't hate, what was the name of the series? I can't remember the name of the series. Healing. The Healing series that I did, the 7-part series, called Healing, hate was the first one. And somebody taught them that hate. Nobody taught me this thought about homosexuality. I didn't grow up in a household that was anti-gay, anti-race, and I attribute that to my mother and my grandmother. Growing up in New York, I saw a lot of hatred. I saw a lot of homosexuals, gay people.
Well, maybe that is part of the reason why. Maybe you never saw a gay couple raise a child.
I don't think it would have mattered.
I think that would have mattered.
I still would have come to this conclusion at this point in my life.
Well, you can't say that because you can't say that because it didn't happen. And
I'm trying to think
if you had grown up and your next door neighbors were Steve and Harry and they raised a kid together. If you had grown up seeing that, you would have grown up seeing that and thinking that it was normal. But you never had that experience, so maybe that's why you feel so strongly about it.
Well, I think, once again, I know me, and I think, I'm not afraid. I'm a free thinker. I'm not afraid to change my mind. Mm-hmm. If I'll come to a different conclusion, I think I would have arrived at this conclusion even had I seen several successful gay couples. I can. I'm saying this because I know how I think, but just okay. Do you remember my reaction when we watched Moonlight?
Yes, I do.
It made me, that was almost traumatic for me because it made me think to myself, how many of my niggas have I hung out with that was wanting to suck my dick?
The whole time we were watching that, I was just surprised. I was like, oh, he's open to watching. Because I knew the whole time. I knew the whole time what was going on. But you didn't. And I thought, oh, that's very...
To the end, I was like...
Very metro of him to watch this with me.
Oh, nah. No, I've also, before I met you years and years ago, because of the hype, I watched Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah.
Oh, and I cringed. I rented that shit from Blockbuster. This is how old that shit was. Did you watch it by yourself? I watched a couple of movies, and I watched Brokeback Mountain. And
you watched the whole
thing? I watched the whole thing like this. With shock on my face. Okay. I will never forget that line. I wish I knew how to quit you because I'm yelling at the TV. Oh. Quit him, nigga. You married. What is wrong with you?
Oh, it's so sad.
And I'm like, is the sex that good? He was gay. What is wrong with y'all?
It didn't have to do with sex. It has to do with he loved him.
He got raped in that tent in the woods. He got raped. That dude took that booty.
Oh my goodness.
And turned him gay.
Babe,
he turned him gay. He wasn't naturally gay. They was out in the wilderness for weeks.
He was gay.
And that other dude got so horny, he jumped that dude's booty and he turned him gay.
Didn't you just say it doesn't matter how horny you get?
And that kid put two dudes in the woods. So that's what happened.
Okay.
And that's my perception. And it's been a long time since I've seen that movie. I only saw it once in horror.
He loved him. Shock. They were in love. That was a love story. That was not a sexual assault movie.
Because they were alone and then they had booties.
Because there was nobody else.
Then they got booty raped and then they fell in love.
Okay.
Yes. Moving on. Hold on. I love my brothers from another mother. I love my homies. Okay? I don't love them from a sexual perspective. I'm not in love with them, but I got much love for them.
Yes.
They like family members.
Yes.
Okay? So that could be a love story. Well,
it's a bromance.
You said bromance. I was going to say, your term. You always say, oh, you got a bromance. Yes. I don't even like that term. But you know what I'm saying?
It's like that movie, I Love You Man. It's a bromance.
Yeah, right. That's your friend. But from a pound in my chest from a hetero perspective from dude to dude.
Yes.
But that dude got raped in the tent.
No, he did not.
And that's what turned it to an in-love situation.
No. Agree to disagree.
Do you not remember now tell me if I remember this wrong. My recollection of that movie, they had some business or was hunting for weeks or some shit. There was some situation that had them out in the middle of BFE with no other humans.
On purpose.
And them two by themselves. And then the one character, were fighting. They were fighting.
The
sex scene. Is that not right?
This is the thing. You're straight. So that is not your kind of...
No. Answer the question.
No. I'm talking
the
now.
Initial sex scene, was it not one dude fighting the other guy off and the guy overpowering him?
It was not.
To have sex?
It was not.
I don't know.
You're straight. No. You don't consider that to be sexual attraction or foreplay.
Rape. It was
not rape.
Babe, that was not let's hook up in the tent.
They were attracted to each other from the get.
No, they were homies.
It was push-pull.
No, it was one wanted to do it.
So do people not have certain preferences when it comes to sex? Do some people not like it rough and some people like it hard? Can you say that? That's what it was.
That's not what it was.
That's what it was.
I'm not watching it again just for that point.
Just listen. When two men, let's talk about that particular movie. They're conservative. They live in a conservative place. Obviously, they're cowboys. They're not supposed to be with each other. Right? Agree?
Okay.
Agree.
Yes.
So, in the gay community, there is and you have seen this, there is a 4 to 5 second look. That means yes.
I have no knowledge of what you're talking about.
Okay, so just letting you know.
That's a
thing. It might be 3 seconds. That's a thing. So there was the look. So they know they're attracted to each other. But yet they are born and bred to be these hard-ass cowboys. And we're not supposed to be with each other. Just listen. We're not supposed to be with each other. We're not supposed to like this. You're not supposed to like me. But there was the look, and that was consent. That was, I want you. So, when they go out to BFE, and sorry if that's not a good term, but I'm so used to saying it. When they go out to the boondocks, and they realize what it is, now we're alone. It's not an easy thing for someone who's in the closet to let themselves get what they want or be what they want. It's not easy for them to do that. So, you being a hetero male, you don't understand that. I understand that because I struggled with that myself growing up. I'm not supposed to like other girls. I'm a Catholic girl, and Adam and Eve were together, not Adam and Steve. So when I start feeling attractive to women, I feel disgusted with myself. This is something that you don't have you don't know what that feels like. So you can't. So when you're watching that movie, that's what you see. But that's not what happened. And the same thing goes for Moonlight. They knew the whole time what it was. You didn't know because you're straight.
Well, no, I knew. I thought it was a one-time thing because, dude, no. When they first hooked up, dude, when they were young, he gave him head on the beach early on in the movie. When they
were on the beach, okay, when they were coming up, he didn't really think that his friend was that way because his friend always had girls, and there always is that typical gay man that wants to hide his being homosexual by being a male slut. Abnormal. There's that's typical. Abnormal. That's typical.
Abnormal. Well, that's fucked up because
he wasn't sure.
Slut,
he wasn't sure about his friend until that beach scene. And then he knew, and they were in love, and they loved each other all those years from a distance, living straight over here and living straight over there.
I got so many questions. For one, why is that? The way you describe it is, why is that this tender love? It's such a special love. You describe it like it's just, it's just, but the way you make it feel like it's higher than hetero love. That's the way you seem to describe it. Also, hold on, because I don't want to forget this, because I've been holding this ever since you said it. The 3-second shit in the gay community, like, everybody knows this. If you look and lock eyes for 3 seconds, that means yes. That's a well-known thing. That's the craziest shit that I've ever heard in my life. You know, because that shit is not applicable in the hetero world.
Do you remember when we were at Walmart and we were checking out and we were leaving?
Oh, God.
And the boy came up to you. I
tried to forget that.
Because you looked.
Well, I'm like, nigga, what you looking at?
Right, exactly. But he thought that was his yes. So he was, what did he say when he came up?
I don't want to remember. I don't even remember.
Anyway, so this is what I'm saying. That's why I said that because
I'm standing there with my wife and this nigga is like pushing up on me. That was crazy. You thought it was hilarious.
It was because I saw it and you didn't see it. Anyway.
Because it took me a minute to realize what that was. And I'm like, that was and you was rolling. You was...
This is what I mean. Like you're so hetero that you don't understand certain things, that you see things a different way. So
yes, the normal way.
So Brokeback Mountain was a love story, and you don't see it that way.
Rape.
You saw it was not rape.
It was rape.
It was not rape.
Clearly, he struggled. He did not want to have sex with that man.
If it had been you, then it would have been rape. But those two,
it wouldn't have been rape. Because I'd have fought a lot harder. I'm fucking you up.
Okay, babe. Okay. I think all of my bullet points have pretty much been covered. And some things we are just not going
I'm
to
not saying,
agree on.
If I ever end up in prison, I'm not saying it's going to take more than one dude to take this booty. That's all I'm saying.
Listen.
You know.
That happens.
I don't give a fuck if you cock diesel or not. I'm biting. I'm poking your eye out. I'm biting. I'm scratching. No, it's just not happening.
Well,
but in that scene in Brokeback Mountain, it was definitely rape, in my opinion. And yeah, the 3 second, I learned some shit today.
It was not.
If gay people look at each other for 3 or more seconds, it's a yes.
Okay, and to be fair, that was not something that I knew until maybe a year ago.
You know what's funny though?
What?
It's because even, you know, because you said, you know, a lot of dudes have sex with a lot of girls to cover their gayness. Mm-hmm. That's definitely not me for one. I just like females. But I would be lying if I didn't say I'm flattered when I get hit on by a gay person. And I don't know why that is. I mean, I you know, don't even consider
because they're very discriminating tastes. That's why.
No, some of them just want to suck a dick. It's just motherfuckers out here that's just dick hounds. But, you know, I don't know. I'm like, I feel flattered about it. I'm insulted and flattered at the same time. You know, it's like, do I look gay? You know, but like I said, a lot of them, and I learned this in New York very early, they just want the conquest. They just want to say they had a straight. I had a straight guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but all right, well, are all your bullet points been addressed? I think we have
covered them pretty much.
All right, because I know you've been wanting to chime in, and hopefully I can get you in on more episodes.
Yeah.
People love our episodes, you know.
And it's fun.
When you're in, so we need to get in on. I think there was another one you said you wanted to get on. You wanted to do a part 2 too, but.
The women episode.
Oh, the women episode.
I don't have notes on that though.
Oh, well, listen to it, make some notes.
Oh, goodness.
But I love women.
I don't think I need
and
to
I will re-listen
to
that one. But, you know, for your people, you know, you just maybe need to just elaborate why you love me, because I think part of you hates me, want to stab me in my sleep.
No, not at all.
You know, because I have these
it's like I said,
opinions.
you're the most sensitive man that I know, and you're the sweetest man that I know. You're the best man that I know aside from my father. And I just on that particular thing, you know, I know that you can open your mind and think differently.
Nope.
Or I wouldn't say that you will need to change your mind, because, you know, it's not that you want to force people to be different. You just have your opinion about it. And I just wish that it was different. That's all.
Well, I love gay people. I love all people.
Me too.
I love all creatures. I love
animals. All the people, except for the pedophiles and the racists.
I love them too. I just wish they wouldn't do what they do. I wish they would change their heart, but I will pick up a spider and put it outside. instead of stomping on it, you know.
I will sometimes. It depends what's going on.
You know, but thank you for chiming in.
Thank you for
and trying to make me gay.
I'm not trying to make you gay. I prefer you the way that you are.
Well, that's good. Well, as you can tell, my wife and I love each other. We can
very much.
We can come together even in our disagreements. And even though she tried to shoot her shot and turn me into bisexual and change my mind.
Not at all.
I still feel the same way, but please, again, I will end the episode on this note. I can't say don't judge me because we all judge people. Yeah, but just please understand that we can disagree with each other, even on fundamental levels, and still love one another, still communicate with one another, still be kind and civil to one another. So if you took nothing else from this episode, just please understand that. Please try to embrace that going forward in your day-to-day. You know, just because we don't agree on certain things, we can still love and care for each other. Okay? Stay safe out there. The COVID surge is going on. Protect yourself. Wear your mask, social distance, all of that. I'm Mike, and you have been listening to the Mike's Opinion Podcast. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much for listening to Mike's Opinion. Logic Unleashed.